everybody. Welcome to the show. It's an exciting show today, all about the boss.
Women who are bosses.
Women who are bosses. I don't know anything about that. Nothing at all. You look great. This is a whole new look for you.
Well, this is part of the show. Is the girls from a company called Gypsy Soul. They're entrepreneurs. They're on the show. We also have Christy Lovig. She does marathons just for fun.
And she's a lawyer.
On the side, she's
partner in a law firm.
And then we have Stacy from New Wave Fitness. She runs the show there. And then I got
your lovely lashes.
Some lovely lashes put on me because you told me I look like Tilda Swinton.
You're taking.
There's anything wrong with that.
It's out of context. Frequently, the things that I am accused of are taken out of context. I'll just say that.
You're lucky you're a very likable guy because nothing you do could ever hurt my feelings.
Well, good.
Because you're just so nice.
I don't never intend to hurt your feelings.
I know, Doug, and that's why I love you.
Because you're the boss.
Because I'm a boss. So that's what the show is about. We're not going to waste your time here at the desk. We're going to bring the guests in as soon as possible.
Right, yeah, because I can't wait to see if maybe the Gypsy will bring me some clothes because it's really hot under these lights and you got this cool thing going on.
You know what? I'm crossing my fingers for that, Doug, because I got a good mental picture here and I just hope that it comes true.
Our first guest is winning in and out of the courtroom. She's a partner in a law firm and a champion marathon runner. It's Christy Lovig.
So our first guest, who is a boss.
She's a boss.
She's a boss.
Look at the boss running face
right?
there.
Yes. She's a marathon runner and she is also a partner at a law firm in Kelowna, BC. What's the day in the life of Christy Lovig? Like, what does a typical day look like in terms of work and balancing with running? And I know you're married, you have dogs.
Yes, my fuzzy children. I get up at 4:30 and in the morning, a.m.
So do I, but I just lie there.
Is it the middle of the night?
Yeah, according to my husband, because he stays there, I like to get in probably on average a couple of hours before I get ready and go into the office.
Every day?
Every day, yeah. Wow. I have a new coach as of the past 6 months, and she's a former Olympian. And she cracks the whip, and it's a lot of work. Right now I'm running up to 75 miles a week. When you're working 5 to 6 days a week, the only time you can get in is about 4:30 in the morning.
Right.
Plus it's beautiful at 4:30 in the morning. I don't have to worry about any of the yahoos out and about, because you're both in bed, right?
It's truth.
Maybe coyotes at that time. It might.
Yes, but I have 2 wolves, so I'm not afraid about the coyotes.
Your dogs look like coyotes.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Yes.
So what time do you get home at night?
Oh, pretty much every day of the week. I've got something right after work, whether it's a committee meeting, a board meeting. I've got additional training, whether that be my cycling or my yoga, which I hate because I'm not very good at it, but I do it so I can keep running. So I'm going to say an average night, I'm home by about 8 o'clock at night. Get in a meal, see
How
the
are you
husband,
functioning?
and then aim to be in bed by 10-ish. And the alarm goes off at 4:30 a.m. the next morning, and we do it all over again.
Why? That's the next question. What makes you want to do that every day?
Because look, she's winning.
That's it.
Exactly.
Yes,
So
and that is my race face right there. And there's a
That's your
story to
your
that.
boss.
That's my boss face, because I tell people that I have a completely different persona when I'm actually running, when I'm racing. Because I'm all nice and happy in everyday life, but you put me on a race or in a race course, and I will bite your head off. And that's that look.
Do you find that this running, this kind of training and stuff, does that help you in your career? Like, is there a crossover into your law career?
Absolutely, because I would argue that everything that it takes for me to be a good runner, that also benefits me in my practice of law. And you have to be dedicated, you have to persevere, you're going to come upon obstacles daily. My work is so extremely stressful. I work in customer service, so I'm dealing with people day in, day out, constant demands. And running helps to clear my head. It's my latch onto sanity.
One thing, because you are a beautiful blonde working in a law firm, you're not just working there, you're a partner. How does that feel as being a woman in that kind of man's world?
Well, it definitely is a man's world. I call it the old boys club. People like to think that we've come so far in this world and that there shouldn't be that sort of a work environment, but it certainly still exists. Example, I've had numerous occasions where I've gone out into the waiting room and to meet some clients that I haven't met previously, and I will come out and they'll say, "Oh, wonderful, we're waiting for our lawyer." I said, "I am your lawyer." "Oh, I thought you were the secretary."
Well, I mean, I think that I would want a lawyer that's going to get up at 4:30 and run 75 miles a week. You know, I mean, that sounds like the kind of dedication and determination that you'd want on your side.
Absolutely.
When it comes to, getting through the finish line, beating your times, that kind of thing, what makes you feel like, oh, I did something, I accomplished something?
Well, I think that's just it, the word accomplishment, in that running is something that is purely me, and running is a sport where you're competing against nobody but yourself. You'll have people that have never run a step in their life, and all of a sudden they've finished their first 10K, and the world opens up to them. They think, oh my goodness, this is something I never thought I could do. And all of a sudden they're looking for the next challenge in life, whether that's on or off the road.
That does make sense. A few years ago, we did a story on a running clinic here in town, and I sort of took the challenge at the end of the interview that I would take part in the course. So I did it, and because I hated running, like it was something I was made to do in school. Never really did it, ever. And so I went through this program, and I finished the 10K at the end of it, and I was like, that's amazing. I never thought ever that I could get that far. And and look at me today. Now I'm I get to co-host a show with Lisa. So he's winning at everything.
Right. Winning at life.
I don't run either. I just did an Ironman once.
No big deal.
Once. Yeah, no big deal.
Any final advice for other women that are just wanting to get into, just take that next step? Maybe they don't think they can run.
Every journey starts with one step, and I coach a number of clinics where it's just a matter of getting out there with a group of people and getting a program that's manageable, so that we want people at the end of their first program to, first of all, to be uninjured and to actually have a love for the sport and to realize that this is something that they can do. And anything is possible, but you have to approach it correctly. You can't just go out and run a marathon on day one and expect to love the sport. It's not going to happen, but it's about achieving that base level of fitness, and from there, sky's the limit.
It may have started with a bottle of champagne and a love of fabric in India, but now it's grown into an international fashion brand. Next up, the ladies from Gypsy Soul.
We're back with the lovely ladies from Gypsy Soul, Brandy and Chelsea, and they are bosses as well.
Yeah, and they have some pretty boss clothes. Check this out. We're all outfitted today in matching Gypsy Soul attire.
I had to pin mine with the microphone to make it a little less revealing for me.
It's a family show
It's
here.
a family show. But girls, how did you guys get started, and tell everybody what you do?
Well, we met actually at a festival. We each had our own business. Brandy had a headband business, and I had a leather and suede business. And we met at Clo, and we were both instantly attracted to each other's stuff and decided we wanted to work a festival together. So she came over, we drank a little bit of wine, and honestly kind of just fell in love. I was just she's like, I want to do this, and decided after working in the downtown block party that I was going to India. She's like, I've always wanted to go to India. Can I come? And suddenly we end up in India, in the heart of Bombay, with all this fabric. We're like, let's design a collection. Popped open a bottle of champagne. Let's call it Gypsy Soul.
Yep.
And
That's pretty much exactly how it happened. Yeah.
It sounds vaguely like what happened to me, but without India fabric or champagne.
It's pretty much exactly how it happened. We started just a really small collection, starting with 5 pieces, and opened a small showroom in Chelsea's house, and just took appointments and went from there. And within 6 months, we had our first studio, and within another 6 months, we had a shop, and it's just been growing ever since and evolving.
You guys were signed with Urban Outfitters. So did you guys think that in the beginning, when you guys just had fabric and champagne in India, that you guys would be where you're at now, where you guys are actually a brand?
oh, we knew we wanted a jet. We have some pretty big goals. We want a jet. We want a suite at the Fairmont. We want some pretty big things. We like to travel fancy. We've stayed in some nice palaces. We were never planning on doing anything small.
I don't think that we physically had the dream of, okay, we're going to take it to this step, and then this step. I think that it just evolved very organically for us. We were just chasing something that we knew we wanted to do, something that was 100% our passion. And because of that, all of these doors kind of opened, and things just fell into place for us. This is what we're put on this earth to do. So
Clearly.
So now I have to ask, because I've got 3 daughters, and women working together can sometimes be a challenge. How do you guys get along? How does it work? I mean, anybody working together can be a challenge. Men and women working together could be, not us, of course.
No.
there's a very interesting dynamic. We have our famous hashtags that we always like to post, which is she keeps me wild, I keep her safe. And Chelsea's the dreamer. Chelsea's the dreamer. She's always the one with the far off vision and the things that you can't possibly tackle on a Monday morning. And I'm the one who kind of brings us back down to earth and keeps us safe a lot of the time.
Oh, that's cool. I think
Yeah.
that you
Yeah.
found that kind
There's
of
a really
that
good
kind of
dynamic.
balance.
Yeah, we're definitely yin and yang, and it works for us. We're really lucky. We definitely still butt heads every once in a while on a few things, but that's kind of what keeps it exciting, right?
Well, because you guys, like, you travel together, you basically live together because you're together 24/7.
It's married life.
So has there been any, like, girl fights?
Of course.
I was trying to figure out how I had bruises on my hands, and thankfully she just remembered she slammed my hand in the door last weekend in Vancouver. I was like, well, bruised. Did I punch something?
I didn't want her to come in the bathroom
She pulls my hair once in a while.
when she's getting really wild.
But you guys are still here.
Yeah, of course.
And you guys-
Of course. We've got like literally one love of what we want to do and this goal that we want and what we're trying to accomplish in our lives, and it's our passion and we do it together, and we're so blessed that we get to, because not everybody in the world gets to do that. So
I said that it was like I finally met a person who has the same dreams as me, and it's just so nice to have someone to work towards that has the exact same dreams as you do, and you don't get to find that very often in life, you know.
Do you have like a statement? I mean, you were kind of joking around about you wanting a jet, or was that, it wasn't a joke?
No, that was
no,
a
it's,
joke.
that's not a joke.
I can see that being handy though if you're going
They
to
stayed in
India.
palaces, Doug. They're staying in
Yeah.
palaces.
It seems like such a far off dream, but why wouldn't we? We didn't know that it would come to this point in 2 years.
But
you
do
know?
you have like a mission statement or a bunch of things listed
Always
out
go.
in writing?
Always go is our mission statement. Always go. Always live your life with a crazy sense of adventure.
You guys, when you're seeing your future and your vision, what do you see? Like, what is your dream goal? Like, where are you guys headed?
We're building like an international brand, and like we want to expand. We're probably going to head down into like California, and I mean we have a factory in Bali and in India, and just like really build our global presence. But on top of that, like people are so inspired by what we do, and it's been so fun to show people like, yeah, we work our asses off, but you know what? It's what we believe in, and it's what we absolutely love, and that's when all these doors are opening up.
It must be neat for you to like you know, people come into the store to buy stuff, and then do they like realize where you've come from and where you're going?
Oh yeah, that's the really great thing, is that we have such a strong following of people that have watched our journey and people that have this very intimate relationship with our journey and where we've started. So for them, they get to be a part of the ride, which is amazing for us to see too, and they get so excited. And even following us on social media and where we are in the world and what we're doing, Instagram, and we have a really huge presence. And that's so fun that we get to share what inspires us with all of these people too. That's why we do what we do, right? Why are you creative? Is to inspire other people.
Right.
So
But with creative people too, people lots of times when you start off on something with an idea, people will tell you that that can't possibly work. Like, quit dreaming and things like that. So what's some advice from you guys on, you know, taking a dream that you have, that you know it lives in you, and making it go from that dream to a reality like you guys have done?
We really just like stick to like it. We have each other as a support system. And be like, this is what we want to do. People tell us no all the time.
Constantly.
We're yes people. What? We can't do this. We constantly people are telling us no because it's too hard. So it's an easier thing to like say is no, you can't do this. And we just push through. We're like, well, we're gonna learn how to do this, and we're gonna make this possible. And everything has happened like that with a lot of perseverance.
Come on, there's got to be like a secret that's not so difficult.
A recipe?
No.
I can-
yeah,
Is there like a
unfortunately,
shake I
no.
could take?
Yeah.
That,
You have to want it bad enough, and you have to believe in yourself, right? You have to absolutely believe in yourself.
So what does the next few years look like for you girls?
Here, really, we want to have like a really lasting impression on like the community. Just like bring the cultural arts district. People don't even know we have an arts district. We're in the arts district. Like we want to like help grow that here in Kelowna.
You guys have like a great shop. It's just down the alleyway here from us in the studio, and you know, just going in there, you can feel the vibe.
That's really important to us, not even just in what we're doing and creating our vision, but that people feel that coming into our shop. That's really important to us. As we start to move our business more and more overseas or more into LA or wherever we're going to be, it's important to us that the grass isn't greener on the other side, the grass is greener where you water it. So it's important for us that we're gonna leave this lasting impression in Kelowna, and that we get this basis of culture happening here, because it's not happening here enough right now.
This is the most comfortable thing I've sat under like couple
Doug,
of
you
hundred
look so
watts
good
of
in that
light.
kimono. We're gonna gift it to you because it
I think
actually
I might
looks
just-
just like it looks hot.
It'll be a whole new thing.
It's a
Yeah.
whole new world.
This is your new outfit for
It feels
Shaw.
very comfortable under the hot lights, I must say.
Shaw's going casual.
You got gypsified.
Gypsified. Awesome. Thanks so much for coming. It's been great.
Thank you for having us.
And coming up next, who's behind the makeup and hair? We've got had my eyelashes done by Serena, and she's going to be coming in the show next.
Every time she blinks, I can feel the wind from here. They're such fantastic lights.
Up next, the woman responsible for making everybody, except me, look fantastic on this week's episode, Serena Pateliotis. Is it windy in here, or is it just those lashes?
Well, now, the person responsible for the fabulous eyelashes and, of course, lovely faces that we've had on today's show, we've got Serena Pateliotis, right?
You got it, yep.
Okay. And you're obviously a makeup artist.
I am. My mom was a makeup artist.
Oh, okay.
So when I was younger, I used to travel around on location with her and just got inspired from her. And then as soon as I graduated, decided to go to artistry school and then took aesthetic school after that and been doing it since, and I love it.
Doug called me Tilda Swinton the other day because I looked like an albino without makeup on. And so in the summertime and things like that, like it's really hard because I hate having to put makeup on every day. And so Serena actually did my each individual eyelashes.
What?
Eyelash extensions.
And tell exactly
What
what
is
you did.
this? What are you talking
So it's eyelash extensions.
Mm-hmm.
So what I do is I apply each individual extension to each lash, and it's about a 2-hour process.
You're kidding me.
And I'm
Yeah.
like me, I'm like blah 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 blah.
I
She's
was like, you have to put them under for that.
she
like,
wished she probably could have.
Yeah, it's amazing actually. They last up to about 2 to 3 weeks indefinitely if they're well maintained, and they're so low maintenance.
Well, that's the thing is I'm thinking, wow, this would be so great for somebody like who's, or summertime, or for a bride who has a bunch of different events to go to, and then maybe a honeymoon, and she doesn't want to have to, be a slave to her mascara. You can go swimming and, right? And it's-
Everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't even feel them. Like
Yeah.
because I've had the fake eyelashes put on the glue, but with these, like I can look and there's nothing gets in my vision or anything. It's awesome. Maybe you can get your eyelashes done, Doug. Yours
Do you
are
think I
blonde.
need? Do you think?
Well, yours are kind of blonde. Do you guys do men's?
We can.
More?
No.
There you go. I
Not
could
yet.
Be, I could be the
Oh my
first. 'cause
gosh, can he? That'd be great. That'd be so funny.
Maybe if we get 1,000 likes on Facebook.
We're gonna be dressing as each other if we get 1,000 likes.
Yep.
So then, because then I got to look the full part.
So what else do you do? You do obviously makeup as well, mobile makeup.
Yes. So freelance makeup artist. So I travel all over the Okanagan doing weddings. That's my big thing.
What is it about doing makeup that hooked you? So was it just from being so young that you just always knew you wanted to do it, or?
Yeah, I've always been an artistic person, so I love it. I love the industry, like the fashion, like everything about it.
Well, and you're also saying when you're stuck with me for 2 hours, you're also saying that you're kind of an introvert a little bit, and then when you bring people into your beautiful salon and your environment,
Yeah.
it gives you a chance to really connect with people.
Totally. I love it. I love it. I love how to make people feel great about themselves, and
And you probably hear a lot of stories.
a lot. Yes.
Suddenly you're someone's best friend for those 2 hours.
I
right?
know. I'm like,
It's great.
hey, what are you doing today? Remember the time you did my eyelashes?
So, you talked about that, like sort of helping people. I don't want to say transform, but unlocking their, their inner beauty.
It makes me feel good that, like after it's done and they look at themselves and they just feel beautiful, and I don't even know how to explain it. I know I'm in the right industry. I just love my job.
And you're
I
a
love
boss,
what I
so
do, yeah.
What made you feel like, that you're going to branch off and start something on your own and not just work for somebody? Like, what gave you that kind of push?
I think it's just my personality.
Because you're a boss.
Yeah, I'm a boss.
And this beautiful logo. How do people find you?
Facebook, big one for me is word of mouth. Serena Pateliotis Makeup Artistry.
Which
And
is
Extreme
like her name
Lashes.
is- Good luck finding that name.
Yeah.
Pateliotis Facebook.
We'll write it on the screen.
Yeah, right here. Here it is.
Yeah, there you go.
Up next, the woman who's giving Disney a run for their money with creating the happiest place on earth. It's Stacy Zeman from New Way Fitness.
Oh boy.
Gosh.
Welcome back. Now we're joined by Stacy Zeman, the boss at New Way Fitness, just down the alleyway from our studio here at Prospera. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
So I see a lot of fit people going back and forth
Like me?
down there. Tell us a little bit about your business.
So, okay, we have a 2,000 square foot space. It's a boutique fitness studio. It's small,
Right.
but it's all functional fitness.
What does that mean?
Fitness that is going to be relevant to your daily life.
Oh, okay.
Like carrying your kid around with 3 bags of groceries and a diaper bag and, you know, like car seat and that kind of thing.
Yeah, been there. Yeah.
Yeah. We train people to be like Catwoman in their daily
okay.
lives. Yeah.
Like ninjas.
Yeah, like ninjas. Yeah.
Yeah.
Reflexes, quick. Grab that glass before it falls.
So what kind of how do you come up with the approach to that? Like traditional gyms we tend to think of are, you know, like machines or sort of more stationary stuff where you're kind of planted and doing repetitive things.
Our workouts are always different, and we try to do that for many reasons, so that your body's always getting new stimulus.
Right.
So that you don't get bored, because if you do the same workout every day, obviously there's only going to be so much time that's fun for, and then you eventually know, okay, this is coming, and you start to dread it a little bit.
Well, she put me through a workout today.
Oh, right.
I was really
I was going to say I did. I didn't see you for a while there.
I was hiding.
Oh, you did the TV host version of the workout.
I did.
Yes, I've done many of those.
My baby's crying. I gotta go upstairs. I'll see you never.
Today we're going to do a 10K obstacle run. Can we just get in the car and go to the next part?
Exactly.
Only some of us hosts do that.
That's what
I
we
will
do.
say that many of the hosts do the entire race.
They commit. Tammy's in the background giving a.
No, I'd say I was the one that cheated. I freely admit that.
Moving forward in life, I've decided that I've allowed Doug to think that he's the only one who didn't finish the extreme obstacle course that we did for Top This. But guess what, Doug? I didn't finish Mud, Sweat, and Tears either.
So, Stacy, you're a boss.
Even with my other trainers, I think of us all as like friends. For some reason, to me, it makes me uncomfortable.
She's a humble boss.
There you go, something like that, yeah.
Well, that's good. But what made you actually want to do that? What made you want to you got up one day and you're like, you know, I'm going to start a gym?
Oh, passion. I think every entrepreneur says that, right? Passion. I loved fitness, and so I wanted to share that with people, and I wanted to change people's lives, and I wanted to, it sounds silly, putting people through a workout, thinking that I can change their lives, but I really do believe that through fitness we are able to help change people's lives a little bit.
Yeah, well, I mean, if there was one thing that you could do that would, you know, make you live longer, feel better, sleep better, you know, look better, it would be exercise, right?
Yeah, and we bring other elements into it too. We at the end of each class choose something to read, something inspirational or motivational or relevant to everyone's life, right? To kind of give them something to think about as they leave, to take with them something inspiring, and they go on and their day is better, and then everyone around them has a better day.
Butterfly
Yeah, and then naturally, and then the world becomes a better place. We preach a lot about like what you think is what you believe, so what you believe becomes your reality. So we really try and get people thinking differently. You
Now,
know?
for positive feedback, I know when you have a passion, there's things that make you continue to do it.
We get lots of text messages and emails from someone who will come in and just be like, I was having the crappiest day, and what you said at the end totally resonated with me.
And then does that keep you going and keep you inspired yourself?
It totally does, yeah. It's so helpful to hear from our clients how it helps them, because sometimes with something like I said, with fitness, you kind of are like, what am I really doing? So it's helpful to hear those things.
And your decor, I know you used to have Addicted Fitness, which was kind of like, I mean, it looked very like garage, like, you know, badass, whatever. And now you've kind of, it's like, did the motherly thing. You became a mother, and all of a sudden there's like beautiful, like white, and it's a very like a feng shui, you know?
Yeah, it was an organic process for sure. When I started my career, I was like, yes, I can give you the hardest workout of your life. But then...
That just scared me a little bit there. There was the boss coming.
Yeah,
through.
she was terrifying when she's like, Lisa, get down. I'm like, no, I don't want to.
But over the course of the years, I kind of realized that that's not what people need. What people need is more like to be happy, you know? Because, well, people always think, oh, if I lose this weight, I'll be happy. Or if I look like this, I'll be happy. When really what happens is, if you're happy, your body naturally reflects that. Does this make sense to you
Yeah,
guys?
When you're
absolutely.
happy, you actually like feel like, oh, maybe I should go work out. But if you're unhappy, you're like gonna just eat like Doritos and sit in your bed, right?
Yeah.
Self-pity.
If you feel good,
Never
then
been
you
there
look
before,
good. So we thought we would kind of remove the hardcore intimidation factor and just try to make it the happiest place on earth.
Wow.
So
And how has that changed the dynamics about your clientele?
lots of our clients are the same, like have stayed with us through the change, which is really cool to see them stick around.
Yeah.
But we've also been able to open up to a way bigger market because before people were scared.
Right.
Yeah, and really there was no reason to be scared. Everything is scalable. You can start with lighter weights and go slower and then work your way into it, right?
It's less intimidating.
Yeah, it's less intimidating, and I feel like even as someone who spends a lot of time there before, when work was over, I'd be like, okay, bye. But now I want to hang out and spend time, and like the community is a lot tighter now, if that makes sense.
Guys, welcome.
Yeah.
Oh,
We have
okay.
like our 2 or 3 token guys in every class.
Okay, good.
Yeah. But it's mostly women because I don't think the guys, like, you know, we have the babies because we have a threshold for like,
Pain, because they can't
Oh,
keep
is this
up.
gonna be? Is this turning into like some kind of a throwdown?
They
some
can't
kind of
keep
a,
up with.
Yeah, like I'm gonna keep up with you. Yeah, Iron Man and fitness. Yeah, sure. I'm not falling for that this time.
can I ask you guys questions?
Sure.
Go ahead.
What, do you work out? No, you said you don't. You don't?
I haven't been working out for a while.
Why wouldn't you work out?
We're sad.
Are you, do you need some happiness in your lives?
Okay, that's all for today's show.
I try to not exercise because my husband was a fitness trainer and he tried to tell me what to do. So I'm trying to get out of that mentality of someone being the boss of me.
Huh?
You can be the boss of me any day though. Like I love what you got going on there.
Just not your husband.
Yeah, I just don't
Right.
like my husband telling me what to do. Is that wrong?
No. It's not okay. We're allowed to tell them what to do, but they cannot tell us.
See, I think that's
Yeah.
like I think that's secrets revealed, live secrets revealed on today's DL show.
You're not the boss of me.
Well, I know that.
She is, because she's a boss. That's a good way to wrap it up.
That's a great way to wrap it up. Thanks for
Okay.
coming in.
Cool, thanks for having me.
Website.
WaveFitnessKelowna.com.
All right. Well, thanks so much for coming in. I'll actually take you up on the workouts because
Okay, cool.
it's time.
We love that.
Well, that was an exciting show. That was
Inspiring.
inspiring. That's the word I was looking for.
Yes.
Inspiring. All those women coming from just a huge range of different, jobs and career paths.
Yeah.
But they've all like found the thing that excites and
That makes them
inspires
tick.
them, that makes them tick, and they just go for it. And it's such a cool thing to see. It's so
I love
exciting.
it. Women helping women and, having all these women together and empowering each other and helping lift each other up. I think that's very important.
Very important. Okay, well, that is it for our show. We'd love to hear from you. If you've got any story ideas or suggestions or comments, then you can share them with us on any number of social media or email type ways.
Facebook.com/Doug and Lisa Show. We post a ton of stuff on there.
We,
And by we,
by we mean her.
because I have no life. It's true.
That's it for the show. See you next time on Doug and Lisa.
Join us on Facebook.com/Doug and Lisa Show or Twitter.
No, I'm letting you have the last word. It's all about the woman who's the boss.
I don't know your Twitter handle.
My Twitter handle. Oh, @DougB_ShowTV.
At Lisa Reddle.
You should
Find
follow
us.
me.
You should follow both of us. It'll be fun. Thanks for watching.
That was silly. That was silly. Kind of went everywhere.
We'll do one more take, but I'll probably keep this one.
We don't have to. I don't care.
Okay, go ahead,
It's,
whatever.
it's fine if you want to. Do you want to do another one?
Just for backup, sure, whatever.
Okay. All right. We're rolling.
We're fine, we're good, shut it off.
Okay, we're done. Shut the cameras off.
Crap. I was doing so good too.